Hey there. So today, going to be talking damage waivers. I kind of talked about this in the past, but this is a dedicated video because someone had just asked,
what do I do with damage waivers?
He has a fence company where he just rents out fencing for, construction sites and things like that. And he says a lot of times panels are coming back broken because people are, breaking into them or whatever, damaging them. And it's $100 to replace a panel. So he was like, would you charge a damage waiver on that? And I'll get to that. I'll just let you know my damage waiver policy. So we charge a damage waiver on all things that are breakable or easily that go missing. So on plates and glassware and silverware, things like hotel pans and sheet pans, we charge a damage waiver on. It's 10%. It covers if things are broken or in the instance of silverware, goes missing, and in the instance of like these hotel pans and sheet pans goes missing as well. So almost everything in this room that has something to do with food service, there's a damage waiver on it, even if it's not necessarily breakable, but commonly goes missing. We charge 10% on that. So if your order is $1,000, you're also going to pay a $100 damage waiver on it. Some people get confused with it. They think if they break nothing, they'll get it back. It's not really how it works. It's like an insurance policy. If your house doesn't burn down at the end of the year, you don't get your insurance money back. You're paying to be protected. So if someone hires us and we drop off a bunch of dishes and the caterer drops 40 of them and breaks 40, that will oftentimes be more expensive than the damage waiver. Or they go missing 20 silverware, which happens a lot. So a lot of times it can be more expensive. So the damage waiver is to cover you. You could break a whole lot more than what the damage waiver is and be covered. Some people will not break anything. So at the end of the year, it's not really like you get a profit from the damage waiver. Some people may break a little, some people may break or lose a lot, and some people may break nothing. At the end of the year, it kind of balances out. Like in 2018, we may have had a surplus. In 2019, we may have had a deficit. But over the long run, it balances out. It's only there to replace our equipment that goes missing or is broken. So with that being said, if you constantly have a problem where something is going missing or broken, put a damage waiver on it and then keep that money. The problem is you'll get this money in from your damage waiver, and then it'll just go into your regular checking account, and then you'll use it, and it'll be missing for when you do need it. We have a regular savings, a regular checking, and then we have 3 more savings split up for payroll, taxes, and damage waiver. The damage waiver money will come in, and we'll put it in there. And then when it builds up enough, then we can buy more stuff. Like right up here are empty racks of glassware that we need to use the damage waiver money from to fill those back up. That's all that went missing throughout the year, missing or broken. So we keep the damage waiver separate and just use it to replenish everything that went missing. It's not a profit machine, and in the long run, it's not going to be. It's meant to just replace your things. And like I said, some years you may make a little more, some years you may make a little less, but in the long run, it kind of evens out. And so this particular guy who is renting out fencing, and a lot of times is coming back damaged, and he needs to spend $100 to replace a section of fence, you could do a 10% damage waiver and put all that money into a separate savings and use that money to replace things. Instead of, getting the fence damaged and then going back to the customer and saying, hey, 4 pieces were damaged, you owe us $400. That customer's not going to feel cool about that. It is understandable, but the easier way is just to charge everyone a 10% damage waiver. And most of the time, the fence is not going to get damaged. So the money's going to be going into that account. And then when something does get damaged, you'll have money from the big pool of everyone that you've rented to throughout the year to replace and fix those things. So common things that are on damage waiver is everything dishes. Some people will put it on like their ovens and stuff for it breaking, or a propane tank if it goes, because propane tanks can go missing in some areas. People will just steal them. And like this fencing, basically anything that's breakable. Damage waivers are not usually included on tents, tables, and chairs and things like that because those things don't really get damaged or go missing that often. Usually if it goes missing, we just say, hey, you're missing 5 chairs. You owe us this money for it. Because so many tents, tables, and chairs go out, you charge a 10% damage waiver on it, that is a profit machine because most of the time nothing's going to happen. And if you got a $10,000 job and you get a 10% damage waiver on everything, now that people got to pay an extra $1,000 for items that usually don't get messed up or broken, damaged, or missing, I think that's kind of unethical. So we only charge the damage waiver on the things that actually break or actually go missing. So if you've got things that break or go missing all the time, put a damage waiver on them. And the big pool of money that you get from all the customers goes in a separate account and is used to replace those things. If there's constantly something that you're just like, oh my God, can't believe we got to spend more money to fix this or replace this, put a damage waiver on it and it'll help cover your expenses. Thanks for watching.